Carl, I want you to know that you all worked hard for us and got us the benefits and everything we have today. And the membership, the stewards, are going to continue to work hard. And I honestly think that you'd be very proud of Anderson.
But I'm proud of you guys for hanging on.
They are a very strong union group there.
It has been for years.
And it still is. And that's due to things that you and your brother and others in the past have done for us.
Yeah. But you know, I remember one time, you know, you have a little bit of buddy stuff, you know, in all kinds of organizations. And I remember one time when there's a group of about 16 or 18 local presidents that wanted me to run for bargaining committee. Well, I wanted John to run because John had been at it for a long time and I thought he was good at it. So the whole thing wound up where if I'd have run, I'd have been a shoo-in. And the way it was, I didn't even get one vote because I went with John on my vote rather than even vote for myself. But I wasn't going to change the way I felt about supporting a friend and what I believed in. I wasn't going to swap that off to be on the bargaining committee. So when it was over, I walked out with John. We went down to this group had their own little, what kind of room am I trying to say?
Conference room like?
Oh, it's a hospitality room.
Yeah.
Had their own. We went down there and had a shot of whiskey with them. You know, because you couldn't let something like that destroy your unit. But I could have been shooting in right then with that by a landslide. The way it was, I didn't get a vote at all.
Just one shot of whiskey?
Yeah, maybe two. But that happens in any organization, you know. But I was a steward for years and years. And what we called a unit chairman back then. Handled all of the stewards and a lot of the complaints, everything. And then I was vice president, I don't know how many times, and president when I left. But it was hard work, but like you might give me some credit, I give it to my brother and Charlie Gunther and Johnny Johnson and those guys that fought through the mud.
We give it to all of you.
But
you carried the torch.
They did the hard part. I mean, you was gambling when you drove to Terre Haute to pick up one member. You know, because if they knew what you'd done, you was fired on the spot. So you do have to have a union. You got to have some protection. Because if you didn't, they'd just run roughshod over you. But on the other hand, we have to be honest with them, do them a good day's work. I used to have a sign hanging someplace in one of my offices that said, give 8 hours work for 8 hours pay. Fight like hell if they try to take that away.
Yep, I remember reading that.
You read that?
8 hours work, 8 hours pay. Fight like hell if they try to take it away.
Now, I had that hanging in there. Everybody's seen that, I suppose, over the years. But I always did
That's why
believe,
we're in a fight.
I believed in giving the company a good day's work. I always worked hard.
What do you think about the CEO pay that these companies make
Oh,
now?
it's terrible. That's awful.
Our CEO was making $27 million a year. Now our CEO now only makes $15 million. He took a $3 million pay cut, so he's just making $15 million a year.
He'll starve to death, won't he?
Our old CEO Whitaker got $27 million a year, about 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
Though our stock went down about 30%, and all our stockholders went down, and
But I tell you,
retirees had to pay on their health care. You think they got enough to get by on?
he might make it if he saves a little. But you know, you got to hang in there. You got. It's going to be tougher because it's tougher times. You don't have the support of the general public. I can remember being on strike at the telephone company and the sheriff standing right there, and we was knocking him off the step, and he didn't see anything. You know, you don't have that kind of support today.
Maybe more than you think.
Actually, we do in Anderson, Carl.
Do you?
In Anderson, we do.
You know, Anderson was a hotbed for unions.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Because they,
UEW.
We line up every morning for an informational picket, and we've got the same people coming by every morning honking their horns.
good.
We
good.
did an informational picket at the mobility store because they kept sending the Primtex home without pay.
Yeah,
And we had a couple of elderly gentlemen say they weren't going to cross our line, and I said it's just an informational picket. We had another lady go in and say, if you don't settle their contract, I'm dropping all my services.
is that right?
So we do have the support here.
Well, that helps.
Yes.
That helps a lot.
There's a lot of anti-American feelings towards companies raping their employees too.
Oh, yeah.
And CEOs making
Oh, yeah.
ungodly amount of money.
That's hurt him quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's all right.
He can talk all night.
I'm not
telling
going
you. This dude
I can
talk
listen
all
to
night.
him all night.
But
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere, are you, bud?
I'm not going anywhere for a couple of weeks, at least. I'll show you how strong I'm getting over here.
I see Sunday
I
you
can
was
pull up
doing.
with either arm now.
Yeah.
Give me 2 more weeks and I'll hang on there like a monkey.
Look like Barma said.
Well, we're gonna cut the interview.
Okay.
So you're on your own.
Well, okay, I'll just talk to the wall now. You got me started.
You know, Carl, I do want to say that if you ever need anything, you make sure you contact us and we'll take care of you.
Well, I appreciate that.
That's not a problem.
I appreciate it. I really do.
I'll go out of my way to take care of you, and I know a lot of the members will as well.
Well, I appreciate that.